Alright, so I'm hoping to try and get this video done now. It's been many delays. I wanted to try out what these says malice have been reacting to paranormal channels. I've been noticing that they've been using essentially spirit box apps on their phones. I've been curious as to how effective they are. So I've recorded, I want to say, at least a month or more ago, my first attempt at one of the apps, the Spirit Talker app, which I believe a couple people still use, but I'm also well aware that a couple of them have dropped it, probably because of the same reasons I believe from my experience. Speaking of which, some highlights of the experience. So I'm just going to hit the power button, and hopefully that's what it takes to make this thing work. I don't know anything else that's going on with this thing, so hopefully it does what it's supposed to do. Gonna crank up the volume here just to make sure. And since I've had some recent experiences, I'm going to try and talk to them. Speaking of which, if this is a real EMF detector, can it like pick up the computer at all? I don't think it's picking up anything.
Q-Specs 89, NFR Beef 9, Regaled, less
What
than,
the
backflow
heck?
cable, 9, Elkshed,
It just randomly
9,
picked that up.
UP9 less than, Dottle 8, MGDFK 9, LM backquote 0, 9X became JPG 89, Towel affect the lights.
You affect the lights? How? Do you make the lights flicker in the house? Can you speak to me? You just spoke. That one was pretty clear, in fact.
Car.
Gonna affect the lights of the car?
Roberts.
Roberts. Not robbers. Roberts. The TS. Who's Roberts?
Share my message.
What message is that? I'm giving it a chance, but I also...
Agree.
That doesn't tell me what a message was. I didn't turn off the airplane. I didn't turn on the airplane mode, so I'm going to try and go for a little bit, and I'm wondering if I turn the airplane mode on, what will happen.
Worship.
Share my message. Agree, worship. Agree and worship what? If we get complete total gibberish, I'll know this is just a bunch of BS. And they just automatically pump things through the damn app. Which is actually one of the things I've been worried about with this app, which is probably why some other groups like Twin Paranormal gotten away from it. Oh! Concern? You actually got in a word this time. Okay. What are you concerned about?
Her.
Who's her? 'Cause like I said, I heard it before. Like, literally a couple minutes ago. I'll try to look up stuff
My
on this.
remains.
What about your remains? There's no one buried on this property. I guarantee it. There's literally a graveyard down the road. If anyone was buried anywhere around here, they were buried there. What about your remains? I'm starting to think it's just still getting pumped full of gibberish anyways. Because nothing's...
Attic hides.
Oh, shit. And I'm sorry if the cussing drives you, is something you don't like, but this is the first time I'm hearing something that sounds like it's consistent with what I know what goes around here. So are you saying you stay in the attic? Please respond. Yes or no to yes or no questions about the hallway or the attic. She killed. Nobody killed. You're full of shit. This is the app again. Goodbye, app. To summarize everything up to probably what you just heard there a moment ago, I left into the hallway. Uh, right after the whole walker thing, don't know, no walkers around up here, and I'm pretty sure there's no walkers in the house. They said they died. Our remains again. Talking, to which I said, yes, I am. Deliberate after I moved further down the hallway. I'm like, what's deliberate? I'm thinking this is all phony. It disagreed. I said, fine, alright, prove it to me. Say something while I'm in the bathroom. Put the phone down on top of a thing next to the bathroom door and went to the bathroom. He's asked if I'm still hearing them, to which I said, yes, I am. Tell me something in the recorder. I got outside, was still asking it questions. It told me Stefan's secret lungs when I mentioned a incident out in the hall. Don't leave when I was starting to leave. And for evidence to keep me going, it said Bone, Alma, and she killed. Nobody. I mean, nobody killed fucking anybody anywhere near this house. This is the most backwards, boring-ass town in the universe. Nobody killed anybody in this town. I'm gonna find the other app that Paranormal currently uses, because they get some crazy evidence off of that thing. So my belief is that a lot of what I was getting out of there was 50-50. I don't know that I believe a lot of the stuff I was getting out of it. I think some of it did tie to some stuff I believe is going on in the house, but honestly, just wasn't feeling it. Wasn't feeling like I was getting much out of it. So with the spirit talker out of the way, now is time for the last half of this, which is to talk with the necrometer, which is the more recent one that I've been seeing people use. So I want to give this a go and see what this actually does for me. To which, let's see here. If I can get it to work. Magnetic interference. Oh, yeah, probably. There's a magnetic interference thing on there, which got stronger as I got closer to the computer. So at least it's detecting something, I suppose. So we're gonna give this a go, and we'll try and see if this actually gives me anything here. So, if there's anybody in this house besides myself, could you please come over here and try to talk into this object in my hand? It should be able to hear you and should be able to allow you to be heard from and spoken through this device. So if you could come over here, try to speak down at this end if nothing else. It's near the microphone. Try to interact with this, and hopefully you should be able to speak to us through the words that's in the database inside this device. Your interactions and your abilities to use this should be able to cause this to actually speak out the things that you want to say to me. But so far, we only got Samuel. Trying to get it to focus. Pain in the neck. Yeah. There we go. Avoidance? Are you trying to avoid being noticed? I do know at least one person has seen you, and I'm pretty sure more than a couple people have felt or heard you. You don't have to show yourself, you just have to come over here and talk to this, please. I'm trying to get some information from you. We know you're here, I just want to confirm it. Hello? Can you speak into this, please? Is there some place in particular you've been trying to go to avoid being seen or heard from? Finding. Yes, we're finding you. Is there some place that people can regularly find you? I think I know where it is, but could you at least confirm it for me, please? And you have to just talk right over to this device, please. Try and contact it or interact with it.
He will not.
He will not. Are you saying that the Samuel here will not interact with this? Or doesn't want to interact with this? Also, are you talking about yourself in the third person?
Manner.
Minor. As in someone who's digging in the ground trying to get ores and stuff? I do know there's
Inflation.
inflation. Weird. Not sure where that's coming from. The minor thing, though, I do know that this area has been well known for like iron deposits, and I also do believe there's a quarry not too far away from here. Which not exactly mining, it still is getting resources out of the ground, though. Also try to get this out from blocking my face. Should also crank this up a bit because I believe I turned this down. Yeah, I've been struggling to be heard, and it's actually my headset. So that's sidewalk. Interesting. As I point it this way, the sidewalk is actually like right down there. So interesting. What about the sidewalk? What's interesting about the sidewalk? Apparently, I gotta put it over here. It's getting a lot of activity near my computer. Maybe that helps give it power to do what it's doing. It is a decent sized computer, I will tell you that much. So it does pump out quite a bit. Is there something important about the sidewalk? Is there anything else you'd like to say? Macabre?
Negative.
Negative? There's nothing else you want to say. So you want to stay hidden, is that it? You just you just don't want to be known for being around here? Is that what you're trying to tell me? That you just want this to stop so you can just go back to doing what you usually do?
Cataclysm.
Cataclysm. I have a theory on what that could mean. Are you talking about what's been going on around the house in the last year or so? Hmm. Lori. Don't know anything about Lori either. I'm not sure who the past people are that used to live here. I do know this house has been here almost 100 years now, so there's okay, here we go. You're just trying to scare me to make us stop, huh? Is that what's going on here? You're scaring me to make this stop, so you just again go back to what you're usually doing, which is just watching over stuff. You just want to be left alone? All you have to do is tell me that you want to be left alone, and we can stop this right now.
Father.
Mmm. That rings a lot of bells for me too. It feels like something's kind of talking about stuff that's going on around here lately, but also at the same time there's something else that's maybe trying to avoid being noticed. Well, answer me this. If you can answer me this too, this will also make me stop right here. Did I hear you like about a month ago inside the house? I was kind of asleep and I heard something and I think it was inside the house. Can you tell me for sure? That would also make me stop. Because that's kind of what inspired me to actually have a try at these things. Let's set this right here.
Suffocate.
Hmm. I don't know about that. That could mean a lot of different things.
Shy.
Shy. Okay. Okay, I get it. Okay. You know what? Thank you for at least trying to confirm some things for me. There's a lot of interesting stuff going on there, so thank you very much. With that being said, I'll let you get back to what you were doing. I'm sorry for interrupting, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and I hope honestly that I have a good rest of the day too. So
At the start.
at the start. All right. Well, thank you. You have a good day. I'll turn that off, and I'm going to turn off the program. That was interesting. I want to turn that off, all that, before I say this. Matter of fact, if I don't have it there already, I want to do this too, just so I can make sure it's not sharing anything I don't want it to. So there's a lot of interesting stuff that went on there, actually in a very short period of time too, I might add. The cataclysm, I'm thinking that's the divorce my family is currently going through. My father left January. He's been by a few times. And matter of fact, I think the thing that's inside of our house might have pulled a prank on him one of his visits since then. So there's a lot of that going on at the moment. A lot of back and forth and so forth. And he's been a recent topic for various reasons again. Um, but again, hopefully things are going to be mellowing out and coming down. And I do know that by at least, I assume before next summer, we're going to be moving out of the house. And I understand that there's something around here in the house that has been watching over us. Me and my sister have felt it since we moved here, like in the late 90s. And um, I want to say it was now about 2 years ago, our neighbor across the street who moved over there like maybe a year or two beforehand and has been out there. A lot of he does while he's home is he does a lot of woodworking and stuff, and I'm not sure what he does with it, but it's a lot of stuff that he does for the house as well as other things. I think he might sell some of it or something. But long story short, he saw something in the attic window that shouldn't have been there, and it was basically a chest up vision of somebody looking down watching him, but he also at the same time swore it looked like almost like an old-timey portrait, which is impossible because there's no pictures up there. There's nobody up there for months, and matter of fact, there wasn't anybody up there for at least another month until my old man was up there to get some stuff. So what he saw, who he saw, we have no clue. And matter of fact, that door to the attic is through a room that's going to be eventually my bedroom. I'm going to move some of my stuff out of here. We're middle of still setting up a bed in there. Gradually, we gotta clean off the stuff off a mattress and so forth, and get that set up properly and put some bedding on it. And it should be ready for me to move in. At least get some of my things in there, and I want to start taking things out of here and organizing them properly and getting them set to go eventually here too. So once that happens, um, but yeah, a lot of stuff that kind of meshed there. But yeah, the fact that we've known that this thing's been around for like 20 years, and it's only recently been seen by other people, it's been felt by numerous people, especially myself and my sister, and the fact that I believe a month or two ago heard it, and I even looked outside because that's the first thought I had was it somebody outside? Nobody, nothing around. I had just woken me up. I was like half asleep, and all of a sudden I swore I heard something like a voice out of the hallway over that way. And I'm like, there's nobody in the house. I didn't even hear anybody come in, and it didn't sound like family. And I check outside, and there's nobody around. There's nobody. Usually, I could hear something that clear, like if they're like right underneath my window. First place I looked down, nope. Looked out towards the sidewalk, nothing. So I'm not sure what that was, and I assume it was an accidental verbal communique that was not intended. And I think someone was having a laugh at me, kind of half snoring as I was half awake. So that was the thing, and that didn't completely go for only that, but it did seem to at least hint at a lot of that. So honestly, Spirit Talker, I'm about 50-50 on. Necrometer has me kind of convinced that there's something going on with this app. So if I was to recommend something, I honestly at this point I'm recommending Necrometer because while there was still a few iffy things here and there, like a good half or more, probably more often more than half of what came out here, I could link up to something pretty easily without much thought to it. So Necrometer, man. I don't know what else to say. I know one of the guys I watch uses these. I think a couple others have started using them as well. So give it a go if that's the kind of thing you want to try, and you think you got something going on that you want to investigate a bit. Um, I'm gonna have to say I'm gonna have to put that in its own spot now too because I don't know where else to put it at the moment. But I'll figure out where to put it eventually. But thank you all very much for watching. Hope you found the video interesting and informative. I will catch you all next time. Have a good day.